What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening coming up. This is Chris Classic dropping the video about Forbidden Door. Shout out to everybody that's looking at the chat. Say hey, that's my baby. She'll be waving at y'all shortly. Um, thank you for everybody that's tuning in. You know, we're here to talk about Forbidden Door. Shout out to y'all. I hope everything is going great with you guys. Remember, I'm praying for you guys, good or bad. I love you, God loves you, and stuff like that. Um, before I go into it, you know, I got to do promotional work. So let's get into it. Stop, mama. That's my baby. Y'all know that's my co-host. All right, July 23rd, we have Runaway Train from Now That's Wrestling, July 23rd at the American Legion in Appleton, Wisconsin. Doors open at 4, show starts at 5. There's a flea market from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be a great match. Great show. I'm going to be a part of a great match. It's going to be a lot of great matches. It was already announced a couple weeks ago that it'll be me versus Kodiak. I have no more words, but I will say something about him soon, closer to the show. If you guys haven't seen, this is why he got to see me.
Boo! Boo!
Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why I need this match needs to happen. I have to make sure he falls flat on his face this time. Make sure this is gonna be at Appleton, Wisconsin, July 23rd. Guys, your tickets been pre-sold, cheap tickets now, and there's tickets that be sold at the door. Great family friendly entertainment. I hope to see you guys there. All right. Next thing. This is what I'm excited for both shows, but I'm excited for bringing Kingdom Comeback. Now, we're not at the previous spot, which we don't say anymore. We are in Crown Point, 105th North 4th Street, Crown Point, Indiana. The spot is called Underscore Sports Academy. It's a single gym. We have the whole facility to ourselves this time. We have the latest show date. The doors open 7 p.m. Showtime is at 7:30. I'm excited for the show. As you can see, I have changed the flyer like 3 times already because it's a big show. I want some good people on there. I'm happy with the people that's been rocking with me and stuff like that. You know, you guys know I do debuts. Match announcements are coming soon. We already know what the main event is. We also will be crowning our first C3 women's champion. So make sure you guys tune into that. I'm really excited for the show. I cannot wait. We're at a new spot. We're in better things. Sometimes God stops us so we can get something different. Sometimes we get too comfortable with certain situations and people take advantage of it. But we want that to be that long. So we're moving on and we're about to do something big. Also, if you guys like a birthday party in the Northwest Indiana or even from certain parts of Illinois, let us take care of that. You got a birthday party for your kids like wrestling, you got a school event, a back to school event thing, or something just for the kids to do something fairs, carnivals, anything, block parties, conventions. Hit us up. You know, my number or my email. Talk about it. Talk about things. You want to sponsor a show, you want to sponsor Kingdom or anything else. Just let me know. We got us, man. We got new drinks and stuff like that. A lot of people think also what's the second. We all got very and communicate. Live communication. So you guys get in on that. One thing. That. All right, so let's get into it. This is why we here. I actually finished watching it for about 30 minutes ago. It was that yesterday I was watching it. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I didn't watch a lot. I didn't pay a couple of sites. Some things were all kind of ready for them. I don't mind. That's what I have in the game. I get stuff like that. I don't that has changed. I know this was a crossover event, but this show was way different from Double or Nothing, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to say what they should do from here on out. Next match, FTR versus they beat United Empire, which is Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb, versus Roppongi Vice, which is Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. I hope Dax isn't hurt. Hope Dax isn't hurt. He came back with a wrap. The match, for what it was very entertaining. Now, I'm not big on a lot of multi-people matches. So looking at the card, I'll be right back, y'all, because I'm about to handle something real quick. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Going back to what I was saying. I'm not big on a lot of multi-people matches on a show, but it was pretty solid. This tag was pretty solid. I was scared for Dax. I didn't think that he was going to come back out. Shout out to Cash for like coming in and doing some stuff. I know they had to call like a lot of things on the fly. I remember when Cash cut his arm open or whatever like that with the ring, and then Dax was the one that finished the match and stuff like that. So these are things that I actually like about FTR. I know a lot of people like them for their wrestling, and I'm a big fan of it too. But sometimes things happen, and in case of emergency, things happen, and I've seen people get lost, if that makes sense. I've seen people get lost when it comes to wrestling moves and performing and stuff like that, and they look like a deer in headlights because they had this in their mind how this match was going to go and stuff like that. So shout out to all 6 men that were involved. FTR's the best, the number one. We're probably going to see FTR versus the Young Bucks, winner take all or something like that. Hopefully FTR wins it. I don't want to go into long-term storytelling like a lot of people keep saying about AEW storylines, but we'll go with that. Shout out to everybody that's joining the chat now. We're on third match now. What is the third match? Third match was Pac defeated Clark Connors, Miro, and Malachi Black for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. Now, this was a very entertaining match. This match was very good. I give credit and shout out to all 4 competitors. I'm not familiar with Clark Connors because I don't watch New Japan or anything like that. I watch stuff. I go in and out of stuff, you know. Shout out to them because this seemed like a title match. It seemed like every one of them wanted to win that title. It seemed like this was something that they want to do. And with wrestling nowadays, you don't see people's passion to wrestle because either they felt like they should win something or they feel like they should be better. These guys put on a show that made it seem like they deserve to be there, if that makes sense. It made it seem that it made them want, it was like these guys fought for this and they're fighting for a title. Like you've seen a lot of matches where, especially in AEW, the tournament matches, like the prelims and the semis and the quarters, those are better than the actual finals themselves. You get what I'm saying? And like with even with the Owen Hart tournament and stuff like that, I wasn't a really big fan of the finals or whatever, but I did like Dax versus Cash. I did like certain things, even with the women's matches and stuff like that. I did like certain things. So with that being said, all four of them put on, and I was like, whoever wins it wins it. You know, at one point, if I had to bet, I would have thought Malachi Black won because House of Black is okay, but then House of Black is doing something with the Julia Hart and stuff. I don't know what's going on with them, so I was like, I don't know about Pac at first because he Death Triangle, and then Clark Connors New Japan, and I was like, oh, it might be Miro. So I was on the fence on who would win, but Pac winning it, Pac the bastard, never, whatever you want to call him. Congratulations. I feel like it was well deserved. He's day one in the AEW and stuff like that. He's put over people. He's won over people. He's been a character and stuff like that. Certain things about his match structures I don't like, especially when it's somebody that's shaped just like him, if you get what I'm saying, how they do the moves and the spots and stuff like that. But I'm happy for him. Hopefully this is something that puts him more on Rampage and Dynamite more than what he is, and they can actually show him right as a singles competitor, because I do feel like WWE kind of dropped the ball but didn't at the same time with certain things with NXT and the Cruiserweight Championship. But it was a very good match. Miro, I thought Miro was going to win it when he put, I guess he calls it the game over on Pac, whatever. Miro looks like a monster and stuff like that. It looked a little awkward when Black spit the mist on him, and then I don't know if he was supposed to peel out as soon as he got hit with it, but it was like he was just standing there with his eyes closed, then he rolled out. But other than that, it was a very good match. Very good match. Dudes with Attitudes, which was Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi, they beat the Bullet Club, Phantasmo, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. This match didn't need to happen at all on the show. I understand their roots in New Japan. I understand Bullet Club and stuff like that, but it was just like, y'all put this on a little thicker than what it had to be. Like even having the Bucks win the tag belts from Jurassic Express. Now I understand Jurassic Expresses. Hey, y'all too loud again. Jurassic Express's title reign, it wasn't that good, and to the point to when I was watching Double or Nothing, I thought that they were going to lose the titles because I felt the other tag teams, which were makeshift teams, by the way, they outshined the actual tag team. So with the Bucks actually eventually winning, I thought they were going to do something else, and then when they announced what it was, I was like, oh, okay. Like I said, it was a decent match. I didn't know much about Phantasmo. I hope I'm saying his name right. Sting, jumping off of something. I was scared he was going to turn into Nestle Quick chocolate powder. Thank God he didn't. I don't know. It was a cue that was missed or something. But he jumped on the guys. The match was solid. Sting is Sting. Let's just say that, It's always scary to see him bump. I ain't going to lie to you, especially with the injury that he had. It's always scary to see that. All of these guys, they put in their stuff, so it was okay, but like I said, I don't think it was a match that needed to really happen like that. Thunder Rosa defeats Toni Storm. That was a good match. I know there's a lot of controversy with there's a lot of controversy with Thunder Rosa about having an attitude and sandbagging people and blah 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 blah. I don't know all that. I'm not in AW locker room. I don't know her. I don't know the people who she faced. Cornette, he kind of, because I do listen to Cornette. Judge me, I don't care. He did go to the thing about, there was one guy who doesn't work for the company. He posted something, and then like other wrestlers who are working for AEW liked it. And then it was just like, why don't you just try to talk to the person? And maybe they did. Like I said, I don't know. But it's just like you stir up controversy when celebrities or people like something, and people like that kind of stuff and like that attention. But hey, y'all grown allegedly, so y'all do what y'all want to do. But the match was good. The match was solid. A lot of people felt that some people didn't want Thunder to win, probably because they believe everything that they hear on the internet. Stop. Don't push that. Samaya, stop. No, I said don't push that. I'm sorry, y'all. These kids, man. But anyway, going back into it, a lot of people who see See, with women wrestling, sometimes, and I'm not, this is not a knock to Tony. A lot of people just be liking women because they look good, and then, or they hear something about one person and they already don't like the person. And then when they already don't like the person, they'll hear a rumor and go with the rumor without even clarifying and making sure that the stuff is true or whatever like that. But going back into it, it was a solid match. The women was out there wrestling. I'm glad that the women had an opportunity to wrestle on Forbidden Door and stuff like that. And a lot of people like they wish they saw Jade and stuff. Like, hey man, let her practice a little bit. I mean, Jade ain't the only one. I'm always say that. Everybody complains about Jade needs some work. I'm telling you, man, it's a lot more than women. And some of the rest men wrestlers, they need some work. Solid action from both women. So shout out to them. Will Ospreay with Aussie Open, they defeated Orange Cassidy. Well, he defeated Orange Cassidy. This was a match of the night. Honestly, it was out of two matches. It was the Fatal 4-Way for the All Atlantic title, and then it was this. Orange Cassidy, I've always talked about his character. Not to say that I'm tired of him, but AEW does it smart by not showing him every week. I know he was injured too, and they could have played off of that. But what he can do and what Ospreay can do is pretty good. Like I've been on record and I've said it before. I thought that the Ricochet and Will Ospreay match was okay. I thought it was overhyped, but he shows that he could work. Not saying that he couldn't and stuff like that. I think these guys were very talented. A lot of people do talk about characters because Will Ospreay, and this is funny. The irony in this was that Will Ospreay basically called WWE wrestlers actors, and then he goes against Orange Cassidy. You know, you can call him a wrestler, you can call him sports entertainment, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but it was a good match. It was good. A lot of them showed they had charisma, and I think that a lot of people, if you are going to study that match, because I do feel like a lot of people are going to study this match, the Fatal 4-Way match, a lot of other matches. This was the way. Put it back. Got to be a father all the time. Anyway, very good match. A good back and forth. A lot of teasing, taunts and stuff like that. Very good match. A lot of close calls and everything like that. Like I said, I will say that was a very good match. It was entertaining. It was very good. That is a match. Besides the Fatal 4-Way, I'd probably watch again in case I missed something. You know, I like matches that make you want to watch it again and say, hey, I missed this or I missed that or that was nice. Okay, well, this makes sense. Sometimes I'll look at something and be like, this doesn't make sense. And then I'll look at it again and be like, oh, I see why that makes sense. So that was a good match. And then at the end, Shibata, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Not familiar with New Japan, guys. But apparently he's a big deal or whatever like that. And he came in, fought a little bit. Then he gave Ospreay his flowers. Sit down. But anyway, very solid match. Zack Sabre Jr., he comes out and it's okay, come on. A lot of us knew it was Claudio. Not me, I'd be on the fence, but it was Claudio Castagnoli, formerly known as Antonio Cesaro, formerly known as Cesaro, trying to be known as CSRO. I know he put a patent and a trademark on it. He was trying to get their name. Stick with Claudio or CC or C square, something. It's okay, bro. Like, people know who you are, whatever like that. But anyway, solid match between these guys. Legit. Felt like a legit old school New Japan match. Like, they were doing moves and holds to make it seem like it was painful, and it probably was. Like, you were trying to win the match with the arm bar, with the wrist lock, with the arm twist, with the leg locks. You were trying to actually win the match. And I stress this a lot, is that a lot of people do these moves at the beginning and then they don't look like they're trying to win. You have to look like you're trying to win. Y'all look like y'all are bored and y'all want to do something else. And the fans know that something else is coming because you don't look legit in it. So these guys did very good. Zack Sabre with the submissions, with up his arsenal and stuff like that, working on his leg and stuff like that. I also like that Claudio didn't sell quickly when he was getting his leg locked and stuff like that. It built up. Eventually he would sell that, and eventually he would sell his arm from doing power moves and stuff like that. That's psychology. That's some stuff that you can try to teach, and you just hope people get it and they understand it. But good match. Cesaro with the biker shorts or whatever. Very solid old school match. I'm probably going to watch that one too. Okay, that's 3 matches I'll probably watch again. So that says something right there. So shout out to them. Claudio wins with the Ricola bomb. Ricola. Very good, very, very good showing. I really do wish that Bryan Danielson wasn't hurt, because I really did want to see him as Zack Sabre. But Cesaro, you know, a lot of people talk about him and they have an opinion about him. Some people say he should get pushed. Some people don't like him. I'm really not that big on him joining the Blackpool Combat Club. But Bryan is hurt. So there we go. Going to the last 2 matches, and then I'm going to say my whole thing. Jay White, he defeated Adam Page, Kazuchika Okada, and Adam Cole. Very good match. Like I said, I'll be getting tired quick of multi-people matches and stuff like that, but I do think that they gave each person an opportunity to shine. Like, especially on the independent scene, when you're in a multi-man match, it's called a cluster, you know what, because sometimes people call stuff on the fly, they do stuff that don't make sense, and people just hurry up and try to get their stuff in. So this gelled well. It was dope to hear a lot of people cheering. It was dope to hear the Japanese ring announcer emphasize how important this is, because it was a title match. So very good match. I wouldn't say this was a match to introduce Okada to American audience, even though it was. I think that it could have been like a little more. I mean, heck, they could have just had Jay White versus Okada for the belt, and I think that might have did a little bit better. But that goes into the casual fan conversation that we'll talk about after this match, after the main event. Cole looked hurt. There was already talks about him being hurt, and he had KT tape all over his shoulder, to the point that it looked like he was black. All jokes aside, if you hurt like that, don't work. Look, I understand people use KT tape, or KT if you want to use it for short. Some use a strip, use 2 strips or whatever like that. You know, some people go through pain, but the way that man was stitched up, man, the way he was stitched up with that tape, it's just like, you didn't need to do that. You didn't have to, bro. Like, it's okay. But he decided to do it. Kudos to him. Believe he has a concussion. Get well soon. Praying for you. I think it was from the Michinoku driver from Okada. It could have been from anything. The way these guys were not holding anything back, but the finish was flat because of the concussion. Jay White just pinned a confused looking Adam Cole, but I heard that he did walk on his own after the match. So hopefully everything is okay. You know, scary thing about these injuries and stuff like that. But even then, you know, it's just like bigger names are getting a lot of injuries. But man, the injury list is always strong in wrestling. So you got to pray for people and hope they get a speedy recovery and hope they have everything right to take care of themselves. All right, let's get into it. Main event. Jon Moxley beat Hiroshi Tanahashi for the interim AEW World Championship. I wasn't feeling this match. I really was not feeling this match. I don't know. I'm not big on Moxley in AEW, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, and a lot of people are upset. Like, why is Mox going to get an opportunity like this in the interim? See, people, you got to realize that he still has some Dean Ambrose residue on him, if that makes sense. Still got that residue on him. So some people know who he is. Some people overseas know who he is and stuff like that. And I'm sure they asked Jericho, and Jericho probably said no. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think they probably asked Jericho, and Jericho was like, no, thank you. You know, but other than that, a lot of us knew that Moxley was going to win. You know, sometimes things being predictable doesn't mean that it doesn't make it less entertaining. I didn't care for this match, though. We knew what was going to happen. Homie, Moxley bled. This dude bled in like his last 12 matches. And it's like a gimmick thing. Now, I understand old school stuff, bladed and stuff from punches and all of that stuff to make it look legit and stuff like that. But this man legit sneezes and blades himself. So It's like, was it a sling blade? Then they try to say he hit his head with Tanahashi's. And then the camera follows him going under the ring, the blade. Like, we legit dang near saw the blade coming from the man's wrist tape. So I'm not a big, it's just like, all right, man, you don't have to bleed every time, bro. But he bled because it was a title match. And that's what he thought people wanted and stuff. You know, like I said, I haven't been a true fan. You know, I'm not even that big of a fan of the Blackpool Combat Club. I like the idea. I love the concept and even how it was created through William Regal and stuff like that. But like I said, Moxley won. Then he like pointed to Tanahashi, and you know, I'm sure he's proud of that match. And you know, I'm not here to say you shouldn't be proud of that match. I'm just saying it was something. So it just, you know, like I said, I think it could have been like a little bit better. But I know that the top guys are injured or fired. So my baby wants out to me. But all right. There was something afterwards. Jericho Appreciation Society, they attacked Moxley and all of that stuff because they got to promote blood and guts. I mean, blood was already there. Like, Moxley bleeds all the time. There's so much blood. It should be called the Paru Combat Club because the way this man be cutting himself, and then even Yuta and even Brian Danielson, like even whatever Anarchy in the Arena match, like people was bleeding like 2 seconds in. So that's what y'all want to do. That's what y'all want to do. You know, my homie Joe, he said it seemed like it was Dynamite-ish, and it was. All in all, I will say this as I'm about to leave and take care of these kids. It was a pretty good pay-per-view. There's a few guys I'm going to look at and stuff like that, look at their matches and stuff, and maybe see like what storyline they incorporated in. And then there was some stuff I felt like it didn't need to happen at all. You know, the crowd was into it. Like I said, it's great that they chose Chicago. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Hope everything's all right with you, man. But it was great that they went to Chicago. Chicago is going to be a quick sellout show. Chicago shows every wrestling company love or whatever like that. So that's always a good thing. So like when they said they were going to Chicago, I was like, okay, that's going to sell out. So they sold out, and that's good. Now the thing with it is this. Now let's go into it. It was a show catered to casual fans, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's more of a good thing. If you know, like I said, if you are a Young Bucks fan and you go to see the Young Bucks perform, you're going to get what you like because that's what they do. Now, if you hate the Young Bucks and you buy a ticket hoping they're going to do something different, you're going to have a hard time. So with AEW, this was actually one of the best pure wrestling shows since they started, to be honest, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to tell you why. You know, New Japan, from what I hear and what I see, they do have comedy stuff, but they're not for some goofy stuff, if that makes sense. And AEW does some very, very goofy stuff. Like even Kenny Omega, right? Everybody says he's one of the greatest wrestlers, but they were saying that because of the work and the story and stuff he was doing with Okada in New Japan. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people like him now because of the New Japan work. And sometimes, you know, a lot of people say people are WWE shields and stuff like that, but some of y'all are Kenny Omega stuff because some of his stuff is kind of crappish too. And I'm not perfect myself. I do some stuff that's crazy, but a lot of people always talk about his stuff in Japan and New Japan and stuff like that because he was disciplined. And that's what I felt. I felt the card was disciplined, as in we don't want to look bad and we don't want to make these people from New Japan look bad as well because we want to continue to do this. Per Tony saying that he wanted to have a yearly show. It ain't going to be forbidden anymore. But like I said, it was a disciplined show. And I felt like AEW, sometimes the wrestlers, the story and stuff, it's no discipline. It's like, okay, well, I shouldn't do that because y'all too loud. Too loud. I felt like they were disciplined. They didn't want to look stupid. They didn't want to look phony. Some stuff happened, unfortunately. Some things didn't happen, fortunately. But I do feel like they wanted to have a good relationship with New Japan. So they didn't want to do goofy stuff. Now, if they can incorporate this in Dynamite and Rampage, I think that'll be a little better. But they also have to have appeal to characters. Like, no, nothing against Okada, nothing against Shota, nothing against none of these people and stuff like that. But the ratings were low. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and be like ratings aren't important because I don't hold on to ratings. But you want to know who holds on to ratings? TV networks. So we can sit here and be like, okay, ratings, this and this and that. People DVR, and that's cool, that's fine. But those networks, it doesn't matter if a show sells out and you got a lot of money off of that. What about your viewership? What money are you coming from TV and stuff like that? ECW, even all the way until they closed its doors, had sellout shows and had a lot of people showing up. With no TV deal, they had to go under, and Paul Heyman being a bad businessman himself. So there's other factors to it. I'm curious to see what they do with this now, because I hope that going forward, AEW wrestlers and performers, they are more disciplined with certain things instead of doing goofy stuff and stuff that doesn't make sense and stuff like that. These guys were guests to AEW in America, and you guys were on your best behavior. But you also need to be on your best behavior when people aren't here so more people can come in. Like I said, some of the wrestlers from AEW couldn't even wrestle on the show because New Japan was involved, because AAA has beef with New Japan and all these other people, CMLL has beef with AAA and stuff like that. That's the only way you can have another Forbidden Door if they'll be on board for it next year, because now the door is all the way open. It's saloon doors. It's double the way you come in and come out, the way they do stuff, because they've been doing stuff with Japan for a while. So hopefully we don't hear Forbidden Door anymore or Unlocked Door. No more locked doors. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's how I feel about it. But hopefully at AEW, they do try to get more fans to watch the show. I don't really want negative to happen, but people need to be honest. Like I said, this was a great show and stuff like that. And hopefully they'll find something. Like I said, I'm not on the network. I do my own thing. But hopefully they find something that gets people back. Now, it's an uphill battle already. Punk was carrying Rampage because he was going against everybody. MJF is gone. Brian is hurt. A lot of people are hurt. The list goes on both sides of both companies and stuff like that. But it's like they need something. And unfortunately, I don't think like New Japan was something that helped them. But hopefully they have an ongoing relationship to where they could continue to do stuff in the future. Hopefully it can be better and stuff like that. Usually the first time it's a lot of issues, but now you clean everything up or whatever like that. But like I said, it was a decent pay-per-view and it was better than Double or Nothing. But like, if anything, hopefully a lot of the wrestlers take the show and stuff more serious now. Hopefully we won't see like mimosa matches or crazy dive outs or people who don't know how to speak on the microphone and stuff like that. This is why it's always laughable. I'm going to say this before I leave. This is why it's always laughable when people say, hold on, somebody commented. I would love to see a show with talent from all over the world. It's from Jamie. Shout out to you, Jamie. Yeah, and this is the thing. A lot of people got to realize that somebody got to lose. And you got a lot of people that don't want to lose. Some people just like, oh, no, I don't want to lose, or I'm this and that and all of that stuff. People got to come in humble and got to push the product all the way around. That's the only way it works. So I don't know behind the scenes on what's going on with like AAA, CMLL, and stuff like that. But a lot of people are like, nah, you shouldn't work there, and that's crazy because a lot of people preach about having so much freedom wrestling for AEW, but now, if you with AEW or other companies and stuff like that, now you can't do certain things. The irony, the bronze kneecap, the irony. If y'all peep that. But yeah, I feel like it's more stuff to go. I feel like this was a step forward. They just gotta pick up the star. Now with Moxley, maybe Moxley can bring viewers in. I'm not trying to be negative and stuff like that. But shoot, whatever storyline y'all doing with MJF, I would have low key hit the kill switch on it because I don't know what's going on. We'll see where it goes from here. I do feel like more people from New Japan will probably come in back and forth, show up on Dark and stuff like that. But we'll see. But like I said, all in all, good show, better than Double or Nothing. They catered to their hardcore fans. It's time to start trying to get the casual fans. And I'm not saying that like you need to do this for me or you need to work for me because I already watched the product. What I'm saying is you want more people to watch your product. Cool. I got a lot of people that want to come to the wrestling show. I got people that's going to come to this, to come to Kingdom Come, right? But I also want more people to come because I want them to be fans like a lot of people are. That's just the one thing. People, we need your money. Like the Little Rascal say, we need your attention. We want people to share. We want people to have birthday parties. We want people to celebrate stuff. We want people to do things and stuff like that. I'm cool and I'm grateful for the people that I have. But you do want more because you do want more people to see how great this product is. I have fans and stuff that share flyers and stuff and say they're going to go and stuff like that. And they have a whole bunch of things. You want more people to do it. So cool. You cater to the hardcore fans. We know you're going to show up. But now it's time to get more money. So that's it. I want all the companies to succeed, especially if y'all are good. Now, unless y'all doing some evil stuff, then there's something else. Clear the board. Clear the board for sure. But that's it. That's my review for the Forbidden Door. Like I said, next year, if they do Forbidden Door, it has to have some people who didn't want to come or wrestle or anything like that. It can't be a yearly thing called the Forbidden Door, but it's a good show. It was decent. I wouldn't say like it was the greatest show of all time, but very good crossover. Y'all know one of my favorite crossover wrestling pay-per-views was Starrcade 95. That one was a pretty good one. I'll probably watch that again soon. I'll probably watch that this week. Jamie says, I enjoyed seeing Yuya for a preview of October 9th. Yeah, he was pretty good. Shout out to John for even having that to even happen and allowing that to happen. Praying for you, John. Got you, brother. Much love. So yeah, it was good, and it was a good plug for him and stuff like that to show that this guy could really go, and that guy was very talented. So shout out to him and everything they do. But I want to hold you guys up. I know that Heels for Life is going to go on soon and review the show, so I'm probably going to watch what they do. Shout out to them. Like I said, check out their YouTube page and everything like that. They had me on about 2 weeks ago. Very fun, very entertaining people. Like I said, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts and people because sometimes people are biased and sometimes people don't have the knowledge. People just wake up and just say something to say something. So that's my review. Heading out. If you haven't, please watch. Please replay this or watch it when I end it. Like I said, good show, better than Double or Nothing. I just got a little more work. You get what I'm saying? Like it was solid. The matches were solid. Hopefully, a lot of the other AEW wrestlers who even wasn't even on the card, hopefully they take it more serious. So hopefully they can get on the card and stuff like that. I do wish Hobbs and Starks was on the card. I'll be honest with you. Lee and Swerve being on the pre-show. Somebody said the only black person that was on Forbidden Door was Malachi. And I'm still laughing at that joke. But yeah. Once again, before I go out, I'm gonna tell you guys because I'm excited about this, man. I'm excited. We are at a new spot. We are at a gym by ourselves. Kingdom Come has switched to July 30th. It's a night show. Doors open at 7. Showtime is at 7:30. If you need a picture of the flyer or whatever, message me. I got you and stuff like that. We're doing something good. We got some debuts. I'm working on a card now, and it's very good. Like, look at that flyer. This is a beautiful flyer. I'm not going to lie. As beautiful as it is, I am sick of seeing it, man. I've been on this flyer for a year. But we're not going to let nobody stop what we're supposed to do. We're not going to let nobody treat us bad. We're not going to let nobody make us throw in the towel because we drew a crowd and we did great and stuff like that. Like I said, with even AEW and even WWE. And WWE kind of does a great job with reaching out to try to get other people to watch your product, even if they're not a hardcore fan. You got to try to do that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out to Crown Point. We're going to fly. We're going to promote. We're going to do sponsorships. We're going to do a whole bunch of things. These are a lot of people that I've started with, some people who I met along the way. It's going to be a great show. Also, July 23rd, Runaway Train going against Kodiak. This is in Appleton, Wisconsin. I hope I see you guys at both shows. You know, this is a week apart. The 23rd. This is the 23rd, and this is the 30th. So it's been a long time since I had shows a week ahead. You know, I'm getting up there in age, but it is what it is, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Stay blessed. Remember, God loves you. I love you. Christ loves you. If you want to talk to me about anything, I'm here. I love you guys. This is Chris Classic. Let's take her home.